Hello, welcome to Bespoke. My name is Paul Anthony.
And I'm CP.
And today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing this Davidoff Humidor that I'm very excited. I've had my eye on this for a couple of years and I've actually taken the plunge to purchase it for myself and add to my collection.
Yeah, so this is very exciting.
So without further ado, I think I'll do the honours on this one.
I think you will, yeah. So while Paul's opening this is the
very substantial.
This is the
box.
Ambassador from the Charles-Philippe series, which I believe this particular model is called the Union Jack.
Yeah, I think it might be the Ambassador Union Jack. Yeah.
Okay,
so yeah,
yeah.
what's the Ambassador series? But just to give you a little bit of on the box inside here is nice. I mean, as you'd expect for a $2,000 humidor, you're getting nice presentation, very thick cardboard. There's a nice satin pad in there as well. Looks like these sides fold down. This is a true unboxing here. We can
take that away.
Oh, I'm gonna check that box out. There seems to be a nice pad in the bottom there. So here we go. We've got the item in question. So this is obviously going to sit well within the luxury suggestion for humidors. Below you'll find links where we look at cheap humidors, best value for money humidors, and luxury humidors. And we consider a luxury humidor over $500. So this is well up there. It sits in the mid to higher range of luxury. It's below the Eddie Blues, but it's definitely.
I was about to say that the only step above you could have for this would be an Eddie Blue.
Yeah. So.
There we go.
And there we go in all its in all its glory. So an absolutely fantastic lacquer finish.
That's incredible. Ooh. So
nice.
What's interesting about the where these are made? So Davidoff have called upon a workshop in France. They're handmade by what is called an EPV, which means Entreprise de Patrimoine Vivant. That means, how would you translate that? It's a company of a living heritage company. So it means that this is a state award.
It smells great, by the way.
Oh yes, it does. So this is a state award that's only given to a couple of brands and companies throughout France that have heritage values and continue to use traditional manufacturing methods.
I'm not trying to be too noisy here. So okay, here's the Davidoff humidification device. It looks like it's going to have magnetic closures on the back.
Yeah, it does.
Again, if you've been watching any of these review videos and our former humidification videos in the past, you'll know that we're going to favour using Boveda over any other source, but that's what you get there. And it's nice, it's got the magnetic closures in the back, so we can definitely use those. Here is the top tray provided.
The nice little metal handles as well, you don't see that much.
No, but again we're at a completely different kind of price point, as you say, craftsmanship level than with anything we've looked at thus far.
This is arguably more of a work of art than a simple storage solution.
Yeah. So anyway, here we have some nice dividers. So we've got 3 for the top here. Well, that's interesting. They've got a finish on them. I'm not sure they're raw. They're raw wood on those ones. So there's your nice top tray divider, which is good. Then if we look inside, we've got
this lovely instruction manual. Sorry, I'm digesting after lunch there.
There we go. We want to look.
So in English, French, Spanish, and German.
Look inside. Pretty plain inside, but obviously the pièce de résistance to this is definitely the top. So we do a little. Nice and solid. Yep. See on the back here we've got 2 little side brackets. So I suppose for me, I think this is awesome. I mean, it's got this kind of like, I suppose, lacquered finish,
see
and you can
brush strokes.
Yeah, and you can kind of see where the Churchill is in there as well. So my long-term plan is to have 2 of these. One of these in the Union Jack colours, and they also make one in black and white. Wow. Or I'll keep one as a New World environment. So it'll be around 68-69% relative humidity, and then I'll keep the black and white one most likely as the Old World, which I'll keep closer to 64-65% RH.
Okay.
So
brilliant.
as this is a more like luxury item, obviously we're going to have very minimal air exchange along these seams here because of the construction quality and basically overall kind of luxe nature of the product itself. So
do you know if this is Spanish cedar interior, or is it, because I've heard that Davidoff has started using ukame, which is an African wood, which is said to have as many of the properties of Spanish cedar, but in some ways it's a more exotic wood, but hard. It's also not as in demand as Spanish cedar, because right now there's starting to have a real shortage of Spanish cedar.
Sure, I'm not sure, so maybe check in the description below what it's actually made for. And the big draw for me on this is designs. I think once you get, so I'm kind of on the camp where I don't necessarily believe that a wooden humidor is the only way to store cigars. For my long-term storage solutions, I actually use big 20-gallon or 82-quart plastic containers that I use as an airtight environment, and I'll store my cigars a little bit lower there for long-term storage. So like Old World, I may do 62% RH, New World maybe 65% RH, and when I come to smoke them, then I'll bring them up to the right RH that I'm looking to go for. So what I'm looking at these is, this is really just a piece of functional art for me, you know. So if I'm displaying these on my desk at work, or I'll probably display them at home alongside my whiskey collection, that this is really a conversation piece. This is, you know, obviously you hadn't guessed, I'm English. Have a big affinity towards Winston Churchill. If you go to bespoke.com, we have a lot of articles around Churchill where, I mean, you and I ourselves did the fragrances that Winston Churchill wore himself, and we can put links below, which is interesting. So, you know, big Davidoff fan, big Churchill fan, and then having a functional piece of art in the house that again is made by, you know, true artisans out in France. You know, for me this was, you know, an indulgence, but I think that I've gone through the cheap humidors, I've gone through the hassle of, you know, moisture exchange and all of that stuff, and then to truly get a high-end piece of kit, this was just a great fit for me. And I think once you're at this sort of price point, I think it really comes down to aesthetics. So whether it's like the Ellie Blues, and you've got, you know, ones with the Havana ones with like the cigar motifs, or you've got just wooden ones, or you've got ones covered in like high-end leathers, or, you know, ostrich. You're really buying them aesthetically and also for the quality of construction and the complete lack of air exchange because of the quality of the seams and the joints themselves, you know. So, you know, are they the best value for money? No. But do they serve a purpose?
Much more subjective at this point.
It's a much, you know.
It becomes a much more personal. This becomes almost an heirloom. This is
100%.
This is something that you can pass down to future generations. This is a work of art as you would buy a portrait or something, or a sculpture, rather than just a simple rudimentary storage solution. This is much more than that. So,
this is an investment piece.
If you want just airtight storage, then you probably wouldn't want to get one of these. But if you want something that you can truly admire and is the best home for your babies, because you want to give them some real quality real estate, not necessarily quantity, this would be the way to go.
Yeah, when I purchase this, I'm envisioning me using these hopefully in the next 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so once I season them, you know, get them up to where they need to be, you know, hopefully this is going to be, you know, my forward-facing presentation of cigars to friends and family when they visit the house, or if I'm moving into an office scenario. You know, as I said, I'm gonna, you know, get both styles to have a New World and an Old World environment, and they just ticked every box for me, really. Like quality construction, so I'm not having to worry about checking, you know, for RH differentials. Yes, I'm gonna still use a calibrated smart hygrometer in there, whether it's the Boveda Butler or the Sig Sort or the Center Push, one of those options. Obviously gonna season it, and once we're good to go, then you know, it's going to just be a great talking point and item for the collection.
Speaking of which, does this come with a hygrometer? I didn't see one.
No, I don't think it comes with a hygrometer.
No. So in that case, yeah, you'd have to get a hygrometer. Remember to calibrate it. Links below for Gaetan to do that.
Yep. Oh, and just before we leave here, we'll see the Made in France logo. I think we can just
made in France.
Not sure how Winston would have felt about that.
There is a beautiful irony there, I think. It's wonderful.
So anyway, with that being said, I'm very happy with my new purchase. Again, sheer indulgence. It's a piece of artwork. I invest actually a little bit in local artists here in Philadelphia. So I definitely try and smoke local. I try and buy my art local. This isn't obviously a local piece, but being English, it definitely resonated with me with the design being a nice Union Jack there. The black and white one's simply stunning. I actually bought the associated porcelain ashtrays as well, so I'm 100% invested in this design and this motif here.
So I hope you like it then.
Yeah, so any comments or questions below, if you guys like it, don't like it, if you think it's ludicrous to spend $2,000 on a humidor, let me know. But you could also be buying LE Blues, which are, you know, $5,000-$10,000. You know, talk about any questions or comments you may have below. Please put them down there. Like the video if you did like it. Please subscribe to our channel and set those notifications that will alert you when we release new content, whether it's humidor reviews, cigar reviews, or a multitude of other men's lifestyle topics. Plethora.
Myriad.
So, with all that being said, my name's Paul Anthony.
I'm CP.
And see you next time.
Take care.